Jack Irons, The Steel Cowboy. I got this one well before I got the other ones. And then as I was getting ready to do the reviews, because funny thing that happened is I think I kind of plan to always come back to do these reviews. So I thought I had read the issue 2 of Steel Cowboy. And when I got to doing the reviews, I opened it up and I realized, you know what? I hadn't actually read it because I knew I wanted to read it to prepare for the channel that I wasn't sure I was going to come back to. So, yeah, that's interesting. So, I remember this campaign, and I remember this campaign being interesting because I came to this one more because I listened to the interview between Cody Fernandez and number one Marmaduke fan. And I just enjoyed the fact that here was this young guy who had been working on his own property for a decade and he was taking a chance. And it was kind of like a space western ish kind of story. And, I say I'm not really interested in sci fi. And to a degree, I'm not really, but I'm usually more willing to take a chance on sci-fi because to me sometimes it can be close enough sometimes to fantasy where it makes me happy. Now, I did the tier, of course, that came with physical copies because let me be honest, I don't necessarily like digital comics. So I was glad that this one had made enough money that they were able to take a chance and do physical copies. I love the art on this, of course. I love the colors on this. I think it just kind of fits very well. And issue 1, I remember, was much more of a prologue because it was kind of like setting up the mystery. This issue 2 is kind of the same thing. It sets up, or I guess it continues the setup of the mystery because we haven't gotten answers yet. And, normally I don't know that I would be that interested because for things like this, especially with the Indiegogo platform, it's one of those things. If you're going to end things on cliffhangers, if you're going to have mysteries that are going to have multiple issues, it's one of those things with Indiegogo, it's prone to be slightly less successful because you really have to draw people in and give them a reason to want to stick around. Jack Irons, I would say, has kept my attention very well. I really, like, I have to admit, I am invested in this story. I want to see like how this world became this world. I really want to see what is going on. Now, that's a good thing right now, but it could eventually become a bad thing if there's never a time where I feel that there's a payoff. So, I don't know. Right now I'm really kind of enjoying the story and I'm enjoying the mystery and I'm enjoying the things that are going on and I'm really enjoying the artwork. So, and there's not really much to say. It's like we get a little bit more of what happened in the story and essentially, it's a post-apocalyptic kind of world. So, of course, you have famine, you have, government corruption, which of course would naturally happen. And part of this, you have people starving, you have, the quote unquote saviors coming in promising to change things and do better. And, so you get that kind of like, you kind of get that real world relevance without the kind of political push. In terms of storytelling, I think I really kind of like that because it's not like the politics of it doesn't bludgeon you over the head because it's all about the story. It's about what's going on. Like the government being the government was just kind of part of, it's not the whole thing. And I really like that. I really like that. I find that really successful. And, the comic itself is really quality. I know I just got the notice that issue 3 is scheduled to launch for Indiegogo in the next month in February. So I'm really kind of excited about that. So yeah, I mean, like I would probably say I'm really lucky in a way because all of the ones that I have like all of the Indiegogos that I've taken a chance on so far, of the ones that I've gotten, because there are those that I still have not gotten and have waited for. I have mostly enjoyed the stories, which is really good because, like, with things like this, you are taking such a chance and you have no idea if it's going to work out, and you're paying so much more money, so it really, really, really is a risk. And to a degree, when it comes to reviewing, it doesn't necessarily benefit because, there's only so many ways you can say, I like something. It's a lot easier to talk about the things that you don't like. And I don't know, like the things, I mean, because this is a mystery, it's a little bit harder, and I'm willing to give it a bit more of a chance. So, in terms of things that I don't like about this comic, is the same thing that I like about the comic. I love the mystery of it, but I can see myself, if the mystery drags on too long and I don't start to get answers in, you know, issue 3, I can see myself kind of getting frustrated because I personally I like mysteries, but I'm gonna need answers quickly because I'm not very patient. Anyway, that is yeah, that's my Jack Irons review. I like it. I think if you can if you can jump in on issue 3, I think it would be worth it to see if there is a tier that gives you the previous 2 issues if you've not gotten them, or if you've not gotten them, I would say definitely try to get them because this is definitely something that you're going to need all of the issues. I think that's probably okay. Another thing that this probably is going to be something that would benefit more. I mean, this definitely would benefit more being in the comic book shops kind of thing because it's that kind of method where you have issues per issues, but it's meant to really kind of be booked together into a graphic novel. That's going to be the problem that this book is going to run into because it's nice to want to do your own comic issue by issue, but it's going to be hard at the end of the day with the Indiegogo model. And so, I mean, I don't have any answers, but I can see eventually some difficulties coming up. So it's one of those things that I think for anybody who's looking to do something like this more independent, it's that question that you're going to have to start thinking about of, in terms of easier access, easier production, because you don't want your people to have to wait too long between issues because that's never going to be fun, especially when you're going to have something like this, which is a lot more mystery based, which is a lot more, you need the whole to be able to understand it kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, I might have to, yeah, I might have to address that in a video, because it's something that I know for me, it's something that's going to come up as I continue creating my own things. So it might end up being more of a speculative. But in the meantime, this is Jack Irons. If you haven't read it, read it. I would suggest try to get your hands on it. Jump in on issue 3. And I think this one could definitely be a very interesting ride because it's intriguing. And intriguing is what you want when you're going to do an independent comic like this. Anyway, if you like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share, do all of that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.